This is the Andrea Doria. It's a Tier 5 Italian battleship. I got it in an Italian Battleship Crate in the Pride of Prussia campaign. As with all the other Italian battleships in the main Italian battleship line, the Andrea Doria features Semi Armour Piercing secondary shells, but you do have to get within range to be able to use those shells, but they can be devastating if you can make that happen. And the main guns are rumored to be a little bit suspect because of the lack of an accuracy battleship commander. So with that, let's get into the setup of the ship and the commander, who is Littorio. And here you can see that I have Littorio. It's an Azure Lane Wave 3 commander. If you don't have this commander, your only other option really would be PAOLO REVEL. So let's take a look at how I have him set up real quick. Base trait is time is of the essence. Quicken the reload time of your battleship's main guns. The inspirations are Andrew Cunningham for Concentrated Devastation, which increases the shell grouping of your battleship's main guns, and Robert Joujard Borer increases the battleship's AP shell penetration. And the skills, not one for the nuisance, reduces the risk of catching fire or flooding. Then I have Porcupine to increase the secondary battery range and shell grouping for any ship type. And then Firefighter, which decreases the chance of your ship catching fire and reduces the maximum number of fires to 3, while at the same time reducing the reload time of the damage control party, which isn't that great, but I thought overall the skill would be more useful than on second thought, which is switching between AP and HE shells. The last skill, the fourth skill, is Reaching Out XXL. Increases the maximum range of the main battery. And I have Will to Rebuild as a legendary skill. So if you don't have Littorio, this is your only option, and this is how I have REVEL set up. So let's go into Littorio and see how I have her set up. So base trait is Rosa Barbamento, reduces the repair time of incapacitated modules as well as duration of fire and flooding on your battleship. And then I have the same inspirations for Littorio as I had for REVEL. Cunningham, which will increase the shell grouping of your battleship's main guns, and Joujard, which increases your battleship's AP shell penetration. So this is the accuracy battleship commander for the Italians. At the moment, it is the only one available, so I've selected the standard accuracy build options for the skills. Flammable Cannoneer is the first skill. Increases the main battery range and shell grouping for your battleship, but increases the chance of catching fire for any ship type. The next skill is Gyrating Drill Bits. Increases the main battery traverse speed and AP shell damage of your battleship, but it is at the cost of decreased maximum speed. The third skill is Marksmanship. Increases the main battery shell grouping for any ship type, but reduces their rudder shift speed. And the last skill is Reaching Out XXL to increase the maximum range of the main battery. And the legendary skill is Fight Fire with Fire. Removes damage overtime effects from your ship whenever there are 3 concurrent fires and reduces the fire damage. This effect can only be triggered though if your damage control party is on cooldown or fully depleted. So there you go. That's it for the commander setup. Let's take a look at the upgrades for the Andrea Doria. The first upgrade is Aiming Systems Mod 1. Dispersion of the main battery is improved by 7%. Torpedo launcher traverse speed is improved by 20%. And the secondary battery firing range and dispersion is improved by 5% respectively. The next upgrade is Steering Gears Mod 2. Rudder shift time is improved by 20%. And then I have the rest of the default upgrades here. Targeting System Type 6 Mod 2 increases the firing range by 10% up to 16 kilometers. And then the next one is Engine Upgrade 130 horsepower. Maximum speed is now 25.9 knots. And the last one is the hull, Andrea Doria Hull B. Hit points go up to 45,000. Torpedo damage reduction is 20%, and the rudder shift time is 10.4 seconds. Let's take a look at the loadout. You have your normal ammunition, high explosive shells, and armor piercing shells, which we'll get into in a bit. And then the consumables is the damage control party. Consumable duration is 15 seconds with a reload time of 76 seconds, and there is an unlimited number of these consumables. And then the second consumable is a repair party consumable. Partially restores the ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of 224 hit points per second. The duration is 28 seconds with a reload time of 76 seconds, and you have 4 of these consumables, which is great. That's a good number right there. And then we have the enhanced secondary targeting consumable, which will lower the dispersion and improve the shell grouping of your secondary armament. The shell grouping is improved by 100% and the dispersion by 50%. Duration is 30 seconds with a reload time of 152 seconds, and you have 3 of these consumables. And here I am running some boosters here, especially the Epic Battle Booster, which will increase the range of the main guns to their maximum. And I did create a Regia Marina Premium Permanent Camouflage, which will give a sea detectability and incoming fire dispersion of 4.5% respectively. Alright, the stats, survivability hit points is 45,000 as we saw, armor is 12 to 280 millimeters, and the torpedo reduction as we saw is 20%. And the artillery, there are 10 guns, firing range is 17.6 kilometers, with REVEL that was down a little over 1 kilometer at 16.4 kilometers, I think. And the reload time here, though with Littorio is 30 seconds, REVEL gives you a little bit quicker reload time. And the traverse time is 29 seconds. HE shell damage is 5,000 with a 35% chance of setting fire. AP shell damage is 10,476, which is pretty good. And you see you have secondary armaments. You have 2 types of secondary armaments. Each is 4.2 kilometers, and the reload time is 3 seconds and 4 seconds. And the 90 millimeter maximum damage is 2,000, while the 135 millimeter maximum damage is 3,000. And here's the AA defenses. This is a lot of guns, and they are very effective, as you will see in the highlight video. I was kind of surprised by this, but the Andrea Doria can be a ship to get you a Clear Sky medal. Maneuverability, maximum speed is 25.9 knots. Turning circle radius is 640 meters. Shift time is 11 seconds. Concealment, 13.5 kilometers range by sea, 11.3 kilometers by air. If you're in the smoke, it is 11.2 kilometers. All right, and let's take a look at the armor. The armor looks pretty standard for a Tier 5 battleship. Let's remove everything and take a look at the citadel. You see that the citadel looks like it is protected pretty well, 70 to 80 millimeter protection. For the Antwerp ship, the bottom is 40 millimeters, bulkhead is 40 to 70, and the citadel deck is 80 to 100. So 34 to 75 millimeters can cause AP shells to ricochet at appropriate angles and resist HE shells of 203 millimeters. So I would say the citadel is pretty well protected, but as always, you can get taken out from a broadside, so you do want to be mindful of that, but the citadel really does look fairly good. Overview: fast, above average maximum movement speed. Nimble aim, above average main battery traverse speed, and that is great. A lot of times that is an issue during engagement, and it does give an edge to close quarters combat, but it's frail and does have a below average HP rating. Okay, Andrea Doria, a project that evolved from the Conte di Cavar class battleships, equipped with a reinforced secondary battery. In the 1930s, the ship received a significant upgrade when her anti-torpedo protection was reinforced, her speed increased, and her main and secondary battery guns were made more powerful. Entered service in 1916, and there were 2 ships in the series. All right, well, that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Let's go out in a standard battle and check out some highlights. All right, we're in standard, we're neighbors. I'm checking out the teams here. Looks like divisions on each side. So there is a fair amount of battleships on each team and aircraft carriers. So as I said previously, the Andrea Doria is surprisingly good at clearing the sky of enemy aircraft. I really did not expect that as the match went on here. I did have the ship out several times with REVEL, and they were kind of unremarkable. So this is actually one of my very first matches with Littorio commanding the Andrea Doria. I really wasn't sure what to expect. I had great results with Littorio in the Roma, and I was kind of hoping for similar results here. So here you can see this is why I do not rush right out into the map. I basically stay where I'm at or proceed very slowly. There you have these ships. The Budinoy got a citadel hit against him, and that is because he went broadside trying to move from his starting location, I believe. And whenever you try that, you definitely take the risk of getting hit with a citadel hit like that, and you definitely expose your broadside, which you do not want to do. And that ship is really getting hammered quite a bit, and we're gonna meet up with that Budinoy as he goes on the other side of that island there in a few minutes. But for now, I'm taking a look at the Nagato, and here, yep, I am backing up because I really don't want to get out in the middle of the map like that with all these ships exposing their broadside. I want to try to take advantage of that. Looks like this Nagato might be in trouble with those torpedoes there. I am being spotted by the red team aircraft carrier. And the Nagato looks like he did get wiped out by a devastating strike from my teammate. And here is my my teammate in the aircraft carrier. So I'm going to go up and start powering up and kind of escort the blue team aircraft carrier here. And I'm going to stay in close proximity to the aircraft carrier, and you're going to see that that is going to cause an attraction from the red team aircraft carrier, and he's going to make attack after attack on the blue team aircraft carrier, and we're going to get quite a few aircraft shot down. So here's this Budinoy, who I previously got a citadel hit on, and he's out on a very leisurely cruise. It looks like he's still broadside, and I think he's gonna get tuned up here a little bit. And even though he is down quite a bit on damage right now, his health completely went away. I got a citadel hit and took a little bit more damage off of him. I have to kind of think that if he didn't have that severe damage beforehand, he might have almost been dealt a destruction blow right there on that shot anyway. But we did get our first destroyed ship and 2 citadel hits on 3 main gun hits. So this is the accuracy of Littorio at that good range, kind of a long range, I think. I don't really experience that kind of accuracy with REVEL. And he does seem, because of the porcupine skill, REVEL does seem to me to be more of a secondary build commander. And here we're starting to get some airplane shot down here, and they do get me with some bombs, it looks like. And I'm on fire, but 3 aircraft shot down, 5 aircraft shot down. So this is starting to rack up, and is at this point 6 aircraft shot down. At this point, I'm starting to think, whoa, maybe something's going on here with the anti-aircraft on the Andrea Doria that I didn't really realize when I first started playing the ship. And this is really, I would say, the first match that this has happened. Maybe it was, now that I think of it, maybe it was really the first match where I was in a match with another aircraft carrier, an aircraft carrier match. So In any event, I have to think that staying close to my friendly aircraft carrier is putting me in proximity of the red team aircraft as they're attacking our aircraft carrier. So here it looks like we're going to go and capture the red base, actually, and I'm just gauging, looking for targets of opportunity. I don't really see any, but I am being spotted by the red team aircraft from the aircraft carrier. So here they come again, but they're definitely attacking our aircraft carrier. They don't look like they're attacking the Andrea Doria here. And here they're making a torpedo run on the aircraft carrier. And it looks like they are going to be successful in this torpedo run. Yeah, those look like some big hits on the aircraft carrier, but as the attacking aircraft are flying overhead, we take out 2 more aircraft. So now we're up to 8 aircraft down, and now I'm seriously thinking about seeking out the red team aircraft carrier and looking for that clear sky medal, the elusive, for me anyway, the elusive clear sky medal. I've only had one to date. That was because I divisioned up with somebody and was able to guarantee a aircraft carrier match, so I don't get too many clear sky medals, but here I'm starting to definitely think about it as we're closing in on the base here. I'm starting to wonder where the red team aircraft carrier is. I believe he turns out to be over on the right hand side over there behind these islands. But for now we are just going to go straight for the base. My main plan is to escort the aircraft carrier, and with more airplanes not really coming after us, I have to wonder whether the red team has depleted his aircraft, because he didn't do any pre-dropping. So there's this California. He looks like he's definitely on low health and 16 kilometers away. So this is right barely at the maximum range of REVEL, but it's easily in the range of Littorio. And there we get 1 hit and we take out that California. So now we have 2 destroyed ships, only 12,000 damage, so we're not really getting a lot of damage. But we are, picking up targets of opportunity here. So there, the red team aircraft carrier player is definitely intent on taking out our aircraft carrier. And we did get another shot down airplane. So we're up to 9 aircraft shot down as we're coming into the base here to start capturing it. At this point, I got to be honest, I really don't want to capture the base. I'm going to look for the red team aircraft carrier and see if, I'm definitely thinking about going after that clear sky medal, because once you start closing in on the enemy aircraft carrier, they start attacking you. And the Andrea Doria seems very efficient at taking out these aircraft. So now we're 1.5 minutes away from capturing the base. And there's that California. He's about half health. And there's a Koenig right there. He is like on a sliver, but he is gone. So we got another aircraft shot down. We're up to 10. There's this California, about 1/3 health when I fired the shots. And it looks like he's gotten some devastating damage inflicted on him while my shells are in the air, and I get, looks like 6 more hits and a 3rd destruction right there. So that is looking pretty good. 21,000 damage and 3 destroyed ships on 13 main gun hits. And now we're up to 12 aircraft shot down. So I believe this location right here is right about where the red team aircraft carrier is. So I'm just going to push in here. And there he is, right there. So, I take a shot right here, but I'm thinking I don't really want to destroy him, because I'm hoping that he has more aircraft taking off so that I can get that clear sky medal. I only need 8 more aircraft There comes the squadron right now. And there I take a shot at the waterline, but actually I find that when I'm targeting aircraft carriers, I have much better luck when I aim midway up the ship from the waterline to the deck. So now it looks like the red team aircraft carrier is coming to get me, and he's taking a run here on me with that squadron, and it looks like he's going to get a couple torpedo hits. But I don't mind because I'm looking to get more aircraft shot down. But it looks like we didn't get any more shot down at that point. And it looks like another group took off right there, so he probably dumped his aircraft and launched another wave of bombers, it looks like. And now we're starting to get aircraft shot down. We're up to 13. I'm trying to hold off as much as possible, but if it looks like my team is going to take out the Ranger here, I'm going to finish it off so I get the kill, the destroyed ship, and not my team. And we are up to 18 destroyed aircraft by the time the match has ended with our 4th destroyed ship. All right, 164,000 credits, 46,825 damage. That is pretty good. 33 main gun hits, 18 aircraft shot down, as I said, with 4 destroyed ships, 2 citadels, 7 secondary hits. So the Semi Armour Piercing shells did get some hits there. All right, so let's look at the team result. 5th place with 4 destroyed ships. There you go. Take note, everybody. That's what happens when you're picking ships that have previously been almost destroyed by your teammates. And let's see how we did on the economy tab. 131,000 credits by the time it was all said and done. Well, that's it for the Andrea Doria. All in all, I like the ship, especially with Littorio commanding with the accuracy build and the extended range. It really brings the ship alive. For me anyway, this is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.